back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, where today we're talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from October the 7th of 1989. I'm sitting here with Doc and not Hardbody Harper. Harper is either late or not going to be here. We haven't heard from him today, so we really don't know. We sent him a text, but it's been about 20 minutes and nothing. So you've got Doc and I. Hopefully the superstar joins us and entertains us with some circle, dot, dot, stories and whatnot. But on that note, Doc, how are you?
Well, he's either day drunk or work. I'll tell you something, man. I got to throw a public service announcement out.
Breaking up.
People. Oh no. You
said,
are you there?
You said, I'm here. You said he's either day drunk, and then you went silent for a few seconds.
Oh, he's either day drunk or he's working, and there's no middle ground on that. You agree?
I'll repeat. He's been working his tail off, man. It's ridiculous. Okay.
Well, I got a public service announcement for the people.
Let's hear it.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys straight up. So I was once again able to kick a walker out from under an old lady and get in line and get my second and final vaccine shot this week. How's that? How many of you had yet, Mike?
You're wrong for that. Skipping the line, dude. That's not right. And I mean that. I just found a whole gaggle of women in line and told them Tom Selleck was over there, and they all went running, and I just stepped up and got a shot. Dude, that's dirty, man. No.
How many shots have you had?
Shots of what? Hennessy?
Not Hennessy, of vaccine.
I have not had any type of vaccination for.
You would think with all your pre-existing conditions, you could get on a list somewhere.
Well, I don't have pre-existing conditions, but okay.
Well, I do, and they're special, and they're pre-existing, and so I got my second shot. Let me tell you, if you at all possible, when you start, this is no reason to not get your shots. Get your shots. But you need to have a day afterwards to recover, because that shit went over me like Brody and Hanson. I stood between them and said, I got some ideas for what I can do on offense tonight for a day. And then I woke up today feeling perfectly fine.
I think you're just a little whiny baby.
Everybody I've talked to says that next day is a little rough.
Okay.
So, but hey, I'm vaccinated, and it was not lost on me out there that I got a vaccine and felt worse than Harper did while he was sucking down eggnog daiquiris and just lost his smell and actually had the damn disease. This charmed life son of a bitch playing Call of Duty on his Xbox and drinking and having a pandemic in his head. I'm bedridden with a vaccine. This is some bullshit.
Must be nice.
Must be nice to be the superstar.
That's right. Okay. So real quick, before we go any further in this show, a special shout out to our largest page contributors monthly, Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Ice, Jeremy Priest. Thank you for your support. And then a couple of Patreon shout outs. One of them I forgot last week, from longtime Patreon member Ben Martin. He went annual. He's been a long time month-by-month Patreon member. So, Ben, thank you very much. He went annual, and he saved 10%. So, don't forget, you can sign up monthly, or you can go annual, and you can save 10%. And that's for new or old, whether you're an existing patron or whether you're going to become a new patron. You can go annual. So, this is not just for new patrons. It's for existing as well. And then Leroy Bryce, new Patreon member as well. Thanks for signing up. And again, in order to become a patron and get access to all those Clash of the Champions, the World Clash shows, ECW shows, the live streams, the pre-shows like the one Doc and I just did, go to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT and you can sign up there. It's very affordable, and it greatly helps the show, especially when I need to pay for computer repairs, which you don't know because I haven't told you. I had to get this thing repaired again late last week, Doc.
You need to lay off the pornography, son.
I really think I run way too many programs during our recordings. I got the video recorder going. I got two audio recorders to make sure that the audio was recorded, because we've had malfunctions in the past where the audio recording was lost. So to make sure
we
that
ever
never
do another
happens.
show where it doesn't get picked up, that's the last show.
Well, to be fair, that was way back when we first started Smoky Mountain. So it's been about 4 years since that happened, but it did happen on two of the very early Smoky Mountain shows that we had to re-record.
But you know that if that happened today, we'd be standing there and Harper would yell out, fuck. And then we'd all go, that's it, huh? This is how it ends.
I'd re-record it. I'd just get Silva on the horn or Lance and they'd do it with me. But I know you and Harper would be like, I ain't doing this shit, bro. You're on your own for this one, pal.
Why you've cozied up to those two jerk offs like they're the superstars here? Come on.
Those are my people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your new friends. Yeah. Okay.
Good. They're good kids. Good kids, man. I enjoy talking to them. Anyway, become a patron, tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. It really does help the show. Great way to support the show. And we thank you.
No, as I've been reading on Twitter, and I don't know this because I don't have any comparison points, but it does seem like we have the most value to offer in the wrestling patron world. We're the hottest. So. We're the hottest show going.
We're independent. We are.
As fuck. That ought to be our tagline. We're independent as fuck.
I mean, look, there's a million Patreons out there. There really is. We know this.
There's only one.
There's only one that cares about you and shows you.
Who's that? I didn't say we cared about these people.
Oh,
I just said we offer them value.
Okay. Anyway, on that note, again, tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. Look, there's a Halloween Havoc coming up.
There's
right. Tons of clashes that we've done. There are tons, and there's pay-per-views we've done. All of that's only on the Patreon feed, so we appreciate it if you would sign up. Okay, Doc, you got one thing you wanted to mention before we jump into the NWA portion of the show.
We've got some super wrestling adjacent sad news. I think by the time this comes out, everybody will have heard the news that we lost Screech this past week. That's 44, man. How you feel about that?
Well, seeing that you and I are both beyond that age, it's I mean, I don't want to call it a wake-up call because I try to take my health serious, but in exercising, 5 days a week, but at the same time, it's, this Screech, like you and I had a discussion earlier today. I think that anybody our age or around it within 5 years to 7 years of our age, watch Saved by the Bell. And we kind of like, I don't want to say grew up with Screech, but, he was a part of many episodes that we watched.
You can grow up with Screech. I grew up with Kelly Kapowski.
Well, that too. I grew up with Lisa Turtle, a.k.a. Locke Voorhees, who I hate to see what's happened to her today mentally, and she's had a lot of troubles. Let's just say that. But back to Screech.
Hear that for her.
I'm not going there with you.
Screech. A date with Harper.
Okay. With Screech, 44 years old, cancer. He died just a couple of weeks after. I'm sure he had to have known about it, or I don't know, but he died just like 3 weeks after it was announced. Man, that's terrible, man. 44 is too damn young, especially given that it's younger than me and you.
Yeah, but on the cup being half full, you can say that we both outlived Screech.
No, I'm not going there. You can be that jackass and act like that. Hey, seriously. I want to see if you're going to tell the truth because you told me earlier. Did you watch Saved by the Bell?
Oh, I've seen every episode like 10 times at least.
Me too.
I watched it. I watched it when I was a kid. I watched it in high school. I watched it when we used to smoke bowls and watch it in college. I watched the college years. I saw the movie. What else do you want?
I Saved by the Bell, man. I mean, it was I
watched the summer episode with Stacy Carosi at the Malibu Beach Club. I watched the weird season without Kelly where they had the twins. The chick that was the twin, that was the tough motorcycle girl.
Yep, remember that. Do you remember?
I taught my son how to do the Screech fighting with his one hand over and his other hand through the loop.
What? I don't remember that.
When take your left hand and put it on your forehead like you're getting the iron claw, and then take your right hand and slide it through your arm and swing that fist. That's how Screech used to try to fight.
Oh, okay. You know what's funny about that show is it came out in 89 and ran through 93. And in my mind, I thought it was on before that. I'm not talking about the college years and, you know, the new class. I'm talking about the original, 89 and 93. Which is crazy. I didn't realize it. According to Wikipedia, there was 86 episodes of it. But, you know, a funny story about it. So I remember when, I've told people I've watched The King of Queens. I kind of liked that show when it was on back in the day. And I remember seeing Leah Remini the first time on that. I was like, holy crap, it's Stacey Carosi. And I remember my wife going, who? I was like, she was on Saved by the Bell. My wife said, no, she wasn't. I said, yes, she was. It was the summer where they were. Yeah, oh, she was. Right, Doc?
She was all the way live, bro.
Back then.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I hope she was old enough back then. But if she was, I was underage too, so that would have been okay.
Anyway, we had the R.I.P. Screech because, man, I think a lot of us kind of grew up and watched that show as teenagers.
I read a thing on Twitter or Reddit, I don't remember which this week, that said that Screech was at Jim Cornette's mom's funeral.
No way. Are you kidding? You're making that up.
How could I make that up?
Okay, that's a new one to me.
I can't verify it. It's allegedly.
Okay, so if you've heard that too, don't DM me, but post it in the Facebook group if you are on Facebook. You can post it there on the BTT Facebook group. Or you can tag me. I may or may not see it on Twitter. Who knows? But yeah, I've not heard that one. That's a new one to me, Doc.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You ready to do the video version? I mean, you ready to do this week's episode of Saturday Night since Harper is not texting us back?
Jesus Christ! You gotta wonder. I mean, this is gonna be famous last words if he's dead right now. But I'm not gonna worry about him like last time, because the last time I was worried, he was out day drinking. So I refuse to get taken in twice.
I got day drunk.
I fell asleep. I even watched the show. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's real.
Bruh, my bad. Calls me at 9:30. I fell asleep, bruh. What? Yeah, I was off today. I got day drunk, and then I got home and I watched the show, and I even watched it, and I was like, oh, I got an hour before we start. I'm gonna take a nap. He falls asleep and wakes up at 9:30. All right. Okay. So let me get the video version going. All right, again, this is October 7th of 1989, NWA Saturday Night on TBS. If you didn't hear the intro to this show, Harper's not here. We don't know if he's day drunk, dead. I shouldn't joke like that. We don't know if he's day drunk or still working. He has not texted us back yet. And Doc and I have families and wives that hate when we spend too much time recording. So we got to get this show on the road.
I saw something the other day that your better half posted the Bernie meme, saying this is what she feels like when she's waiting for you to get done recording these stupid podcasts.
Bro, they really hate. They really hate when we do things that we like. They can't handle it, bro.
No. And here's the thing. You never put any credits in that bank. Like, you could go do some of the dumb shit that you don't want to do and take it on the chin and be a good sport about it 10 times in a row. But the 1 minute you go to do your thing, there's a wrap.
Yep. So we're talking Saturday Night on TBS. The show opens with Gary Hart, and Doc, this blue background is irritates the piss out of me.
Terrible.
Do you want me to play the audio from it?
Yeah, because I thought it was good. It's
Yeah,
just
here.
presented terribly.
Yeah, I hate the blue. They got a green screen, so he's up against this blue background, and it's the worst. But here it is. Not the background's the worst. Not Gary Hart. Here it is.
They're hanging me in a cage suspended above the ring. What do you think that is going to help the Sting in his bid for the World TV title? Do you really think? Have you believed Sting to the point that Gary Hart is the World TV champion? I'm not the world's TV champion. I'm the manager. You can hang me in a cage. You can blindfold me. You can put plugs in my ears. You can handcuff me. You can tie my feet. You can throw peanuts and bananas. You can heckle. You can do whatever you want. But the one thing you cannot do, board of directors, you cannot get in the ring and help the Sting become the champion. All you can do is make stipulations and rules. You cannot fight for the Sting. Only the Sting can fight for himself. The same way you cannot save Ricky Flair from the wrath of Terry Funk. Can you understand? You can take Flair and you can take Sting, but you can't make them win. Only the individual fights for himself. Remember that.
All right. So you said you liked it. Go ahead. Let's hear it. I thought he was effective.
Man, I thought that was good because he was painting the picture. You can hang me up there, you can tie me, you can throw shit at me, but at the end of the day, and I like the way he says the Sting because it's just he can't even bother to get his name right. That is that Buddy Landell coming out?
No, that's Tommy Richard.
Just really good promo. Just still meat and potatoes, no lies detected, taking it serious. Somebody's gonna get their ass whooped kind of stuff.
He says you can draw up all the stipulations you want, but at the end of the day, you can't help Sting or Flair. That's effective.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you can try to. He's being a heel. You can try to stack the deck against us, but at the end of the day, you're still not going to help them. Which he's lying. It does help. I mean, the stipulation is in place because he's the heel, but, you know. Oh, look who it is trying to join the call.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Answering this call will place your current call on hold. Call merge
Don't
not
want to do
supported.
that.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do that at the moment. It won't let me merge them. Hang on. Let me tell you. Christ. Okay.
He's hijacking the show. He's trying to do a run-in and hijack the show.
I agree with you, Doc. I thought Gary was very effective right there. Very effective.
Still feels old school when he's out there.
Oh, hell yeah, it does. I just don't. That stupid blue background is just the worst, though. God.
Terrible.
Yeah, and they do it again, which is the worst. Hey, Harper.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Well, we've been rolling for about 20 minutes, so I just let you know.
Well, good for you, Mike.
Doc,
what I missed that was so fucking spectacular.
Gary Hart, but it's not what you missed. We're just relieved you're not either dead or day drunk.
All right.
Yeah,
we haven't verified the second one.
Well, watching the Rumble. Did y'all watch it?
No.
Well, good for you.
He's lying. We watched it.
You fucking marks. God.
It wasn't bad, dude.
It was fucking horrible.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
So you watched?
Did you drink an IPA while you watched it? You snobby bastard.
I was sitting at the bar and a friend of mine was, "Hey man, the Rumble's on." I was like, "I don't give a fuck." And he pulls out his phone and we start watching it, and it was the woman's Rumble. I'm like, oh
God. So you didn't watch the men's Rumble?
And then I watched. I was like, okay, choreograph, and it's like, okay, this is shit. And then Morrison and the Miz did some thing. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
We did forget to bury Bad Bunny on the pre-show, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why no one just acts like adults
Edge did.
anymore. I just don't like. You know how y'all call like the '80s shit cartoon wrestling?
Yeah.
That looked like a fucking Mid-South. I can't. This is like Sesame Street wrestling. It's God.
So you didn't like Edge at all? You didn't find that?
I didn't watch that shit. The ones I saw, the fucking the Morrison and Miz thing, I'm like, get this shit away from me. The fuck?
What a purist.
Yeah, whatever, bro. God.
Well,
counterpoint.
You didn't even have to be a patron to get Harper's side of it. You had to be a patron to get ours, but Harper just
they
gave
got
you some
Edge to win, right? Edge. That goes to show you how weak their talent fucking roster is. That they got to bring fucking Edge back to fucking win it. I mean, come on. But that's like if like back in the day where they used to bring back, it's Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and like he actually wins.
He's won a Rumble in his life, you know.
Yeah, in fucking '88.
Well, he's a one-time winner.
Yeah, fuck. Ugh. You can keep that shit.
Well, if you want Doc and I's opinion of the Rumble, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. We literally just cut a 15-minute pre-show on it while we were waiting on Harper. Well, we're sorry you're upset, Harper, but we're glad you're not deceased because, Screech passed away this week. We just RIP'd him.
I saw that, dude. He's only 44 fucking years old.
Get your prostate checked.
Well, he had lung cancer, but they said that his mom, like it was in his family. So
he's related to one of the Beastie Boys.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's which one?
The
white one.
Yeah, the white one.
Y'all are stupid.
MCA.
There you go.
I think their last names are both Diamond, and they're like cousins or some shit.
I thought that was like a stage name. What's the last name Diamond, bro?
Well, sometimes you're born into it,
I guess.
Not everybody can have last names like Mills and Harper.
Right.
Oh.
Well, I earned the Doc, and Turner's not my real name, so there you go.
That's nice. Okay, back to wrestling, not sports entertainment. Now that we got Harper's opinion of the Rumble, which he just took a big, hairy, meaty crap on. Again, if you want Doc and I's opinion, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. It's on the pre-show. We go now to Lex Luger. Doc, did you have anything else from Gary Hart before we proceed to Luger's promo?
No, but I want to see that match between Muta and Sting now.
Let's go to Luger with JR. Here it is.
Past several weeks, the United States heavyweight champion has appeared here on World Championship Wrestling to issue a challenge to any athlete, any pro wrestler. And last week, Flying Brian accepted that challenge.
You know, Jim Ross, for the past 7 days, all I've heard is Ryan Pillman, Ryan Pillman, Ryan Pillman. And you know, of all the wrestlers out there in NWA, we have to have a young man such as Brian Pillman actually accept the challenge from the total package, Lex Luger.
Excuse me for a moment, Jim. I hate to interrupt this personal testimonial greatness, Mr. Luger, but I challenged you. I accepted your challenge here last week, and I have not had a response yet, and I would like to know, will I get a chance to wrestle you?
Very bona fide question.
Brian, you know, I've watched your progress here in NWA for the past few months, and you are a great young wrestler. And your level of conditioning, with the exception of myself, of course, might possibly be the best in the NWA. And if it was any other opponent, Brian, in the NWA, I would say you had a very strong chance of probably garnering a victory. But you are looking at the pinnacle, the premier wrestler in our sport today. Brian Pillman, do you really think that you are ready to wrestle the total package Lex Luger?
Well, Lex, there's only one way to find out, isn't there?
That's right up there, the way I got it figured.
Well, you know, fighting champion that I am, Brian, I respect your intestinal fortitude. I've laid open contracts. You can have one of them. I will wrestle you for the U.S. title.
Great.
All right.
Jim, I don't want to get ahead of myself or anything, but I know Lex has signed for a match later in this program here. Is there a possibility I could fight him tonight, right here live on TBS?
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, these fans, you better believe it. What do you say? How about tonight, right here on the Superstation? They want it. The fans want it. You can hear them. They're standing up. They want to see it tonight. The fighting champion. Here's your opportunity.
Please enter the challenge. Just be ready, young man, to learn the lesson of your life from the total package Lex Luger.
So we got a deal. Fans, I'll tell you something. You hear the people. They want the match. Will we have this match here today?
Yes, we will have the match later on.
All right, fans, that match will take place right here on World Championship Wrestling. And now, let's go up to Rhubarb Jones.
I love how he reluctantly accepts it, and you can tell the wheels are turning that he accepted, but, you know, we'll see later what ends up happening. Doc, what'd you think about this?
His little face at the end was good. I like that Pillman has the sack to challenge him. The only thing I don't like about this, and it's something that I don't like that we see today, and I don't like it then, is these matches are supposed to be sanctioned by the NWA, and these two jabronis just made their own match. I don't like that.
Well, Luger's a champion. He can...
No, he can't. He has to fight.
Can.
No, he can't. He has to wrestle the top 10 and have contracts signed.
Oh, look at you paying attention to details.
Right.
But you like the Royal Rumble.
Right. I like that haircut, too.
That guy's got a cape on his head. All right, Harper, what did you think about Luger?
I want to see this match.
Hell yeah.
I could tell you, as a kid watching this shit would have made me sit up.
Yes, it would have.
So this is around the time too, and I don't know if
they
it's
got
happening.
They got a hard party and crew. They got Flair, they got Rich, they got Pillman. You know the Steiners could go. Man, I bet they were hell on wheels on the road in the Holiday Inn bars.
Cornette has said this is around the time when they started putting together like long main event TV matches for the episodes because they were trying to draw the ratings. So I don't know if this was a part of that when they were putting this together, even though we're going to see what happens later on with Luger and Pillman. But I tell you, if you're watching it and you see this at the beginning of the show, you're like, oh, all right, Luger and Pillman, Luger's the champ. I got to stay tuned and see what goes on here. So I liked it. Anything else, Harper?
I can't wait to see this.
So that's your way of saying you didn't watch this episode.
I didn't watch this shit. I'm sorry if I'm a working man.
Oh.
No, I love the fact that you didn't watch it. I love it.
I didn't watch it, but I watched the Rumble, which was like hate watching.
All right, we'll keep moving. That won't even get you on that rant.
God,
we'll keep moving.
That shit with fucking Roman Reigns and fucking what's his name?
Are you just upset because Paulie was too fat to get down there?
That's nice.
and unlock the handcuffs.
He's got a thyroid problem.
Yeah.
I texted Doc and I said, that fat bastard can't get down low enough to unlock the cuffs.
I was wondering, what are they going to do here?
And Doc popped. He was like, pop!
It's called Pop-A-Lock.
Bruh, for a shoot, he couldn't get low enough. I was like, Jesus, Paul, dude, get on a cycle of what's that weight control shit they used to sell back in the day? Dexatrim.
Frank Thomas pills.
He needs to get on some Dexatrim. They used to show that on the wrestling in the 80s, that commercial. Dude, he needs to get on a cycle of that, man. Holy crap. Anyway, let's keep moving because Tommy Rich is participating in a snooze fest right now. He's going to defeat Joe Cruz. I got nothing. This is boring. Tommy Rich is a waste of my television time.
I mean, every match is the same. He's going to work the body part, work the body part, work the body part. You know.
You know, the sad reality is this buffoon is going to be in the NWA for a long time.
He's got to get
come.
in with the York Foundation at some point.
That's true.
Oh, just the thought of it. But
Yeah,
anyway.
whatever.
Well, here's where I
That's okay.
say fuck JR, because he was talking about the Falcons upsetting the Cowboys. Now, mind you, this is a season where the Cowboys went 1-15.
1-15.
So he doesn't know what the
Yeah.
hell he's talking about. That's the year that it was Aikman's rookie year, but he got hurt, and the only win we got was in Washington, and Steve Walsh was the quarterback.
Steve Walsh, he played for the Saints afterwards.
That's right. We had to get rid of him.
The Cowboys fleeced the Saints for him. God. The Saints gave up way too much for that dude. Holy crap. Ugh. You know you suck when your college head coach, because Johnson was Walsh's college head coach, trades you. You know what he thinks about you at that point. Anyway, we'll keep going. Shane Douglas and Johnny Ace with Jim Cornette out there as their advisor defeat Gene Ligon and Tommy Angel. The dynamic dudes come out to Wipeout, as we've talked about before. And again, Corny is out there with them.
Man, did you see that kid you see that kid that came out? Man, even that kid they grabbed knows that the dudes suck.
You talking about right here?
Yeah. He said, "Hi, Mom."
Or he don't want no
The
part
problem
of
is
this.
you got grown-ass men fucking looking and acting like this. That's the problem.
Of course. Look at that kid. Like, what do you want me to stop touching me?
Yeah. He's like, really?
He's like, can I go back to my seat? Shit.
Bro, I mean, Douglas has got his shirt tied so that his stomach is out. What? What are we doing here? What is this? Son of a bitch!
I just don't. Yeah, with this
They're trying to get
fucking
over
ass
with.
skateboard.
Maybe they're trying to get over with Jim Barnett and get a run with the strap.
That's nice.
Tommy Rich told him how to get the title in the back.
Hey! Let me tell you something, brother. Hey, Johnny Ace, come here.
Shirt up real tight.
Tie that shirt up real tight. Let me tell you, Douglas, he likes a young man like you. He likes a young man like you. I mean, I let him bruise my tonsils, brother. Oh, Jimmy.
It's my finisher, but I'll let you use it. Give the old man the Thez press.
That's nice.
Ooh. Oh, boy. That's a good one, Doc.
Thanks.
All right. Any other thoughts on this nonsense? Jim Cornette managing these buffoons is just stupid. Advising, whatever.
I got to think Corny lost a bet here. I think I said that last week. Now JR is saying that the Eagles are great. He needs to stop this shit.
I told you what Corny said. They're in a feud with the Midnight because Hurd hated both teams and he was like, the only way Hurd would leave them alone is if they did this. And if you're wondering, the tape is all messed up on this point if you're watching the video version. That's why it's all scrambled and whatnot.
Harper thought he dropped some acid.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Speaking of that.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Dude, fucking yesterday, I pulled over in the Ninth Ward at a gas station to find something in my car. And it was a little baggie of, like, pills and shit in a parking lot. And these two, like, crackheads started fighting over it. It was fucking awesome.
Did somebody do a chicken wing or a front stage?
Did you?
I was just like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Harper, for our international audience and our non-New Orleanian people that are listening to this, would you tell the people what the Ninth Ward is?
It's in New Orleans. It's I don't know what you want to. I mean, it's the Saint Bernard line.
Okay, how long would I survive if I showed up there right now?
Nowadays you would probably live a lot longer than you would have, like, pre-Katrina, because it's real
gentrified.
Yeah, it's real. You know,
but if I'd have showed up in like 1998 and been like, "Hey, fellas, what's the haps?"
No, you would not last long.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They'd have beat your ass in front of Wagner's Meats.
I saw this bag and I'm like, bro, that's a little baggy as shit, bro. I just see it, I just fucking step on, and I'm leaving and these two, like, crackheads just start fighting over this shit, bro. I'm like, look at this shit. Great. Great.
I will say that was more entertaining than the Dynamic Dudes match. Any other thoughts on the dudes?
No.
It's just dog shit.
They're too old to look and act like this. Especially Johnny Ace.
Yeah.
He's like the cool dad.
He's like not very entertaining.
He's terrible.
We go then to the Midnight Express.
He is 27 years old there, acting like a child.
Right.
Well, we go to the Midnight Express. Corny's their manager. They're going to defeat Cruel Connection 1 and Agent Steel. It's a very quick match. The Midnight win. The Midnight music never gets old. Doc, any thoughts on this? Doc, are you on mute?
You cut out on me, but at some point JR says in this match, later we'll hear from woman. In case if you've been overseas, here's what happened. And nobody watching this show was traveling internationally in 1989.
You gotta get it. He's putting over the product. Stop.
Houston, Texas. You might have gone to Mississippi in 1989, but Houston, Texas might as well have been on Mars for your poor ass.
Oh, for me, for sure. Yeah.
You were rooted in projects.
No, I didn't grow up in the projects, but okay.
When I was 15, I had been out of state maybe 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
nobody. Here's the thing, Harper. Not everybody grew up like you did. With such
but,
opulence.
But Harper, hold on. It's for him to say he had been out of state maybe twice. You got to realize the state line where he lives in Texas is a couple of hours away. It's not like just going to Biloxi or Gulfport, which is literally 50 minutes from New Orleans. So, like...
And then where's he going to go? To fucking Arkansas? Why is he going to go there?
Yeah. I mean, there was nothing in Oklahoma back then. And what was he going to do? Drive to Shreveport? Dude, Shreveport, that damn near 3-hour haul from here. So, yeah. Come on.
Did you ever go to
That's
Houston?
What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You were a kid?
Yeah, me?
Doc.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I had family.
Okay. With that Hanna-Barbera amusement park and all that kind of stuff?
Doing the urban cowboy swing,
Yeah.
Going to Gillies and riding bulls.
Riding bull. Okay. All right, Doc. Any other thoughts on the Midnight here?
No. They should be ashamed of themselves for letting Jim Herd get control of their careers.
Bro, we're only like
is good.
We're only about a year away from no Midnight. Just so you know.
Well,
just putting that
I thought
Stan's about ready to ask the hard-hitting questions, pal.
Yes. Let's go to this promo. This is really good, in my opinion, especially Stan at the end.
It's been a banner day thus far for James E. Cornette. The team he advises, the Dynamic Dudes, with a victory. The team he manages, the Midnight Express, with a victory as well. Well, you know, the dudes, they're still young and they're still a little herky-jerky. They're going 100 miles an hour. But on October 28th, Halloween Havoc, the big pay-per-view event, both my teams involved in important matches. The Dynamic Dude's going to be going up against the Freebirds for the World Tag Team title, and the Midnight Express teaming up with our friend Dr. Death to go against the Samoans. And, brother, I hear there's going to...
Would you mind telling me why the dudes have our title shot against the birds?
That's a pretty good question. Stan, we've been over this. See, Stan and Bobby are both, they're geared up. They want to go against the Freebirds for the World Tag Team title, and like I've explained before, the problem is the Freebirds said they gave the Midnight Express a couple of title matches on TV already. They know how geared up these guys are. They're afraid to defend against them. They couldn't stop the contract being signed for the Dynamic Dudes because the dudes are up and coming, and they hadn't had a chance at a title so far. But they blocked every effort that I could make to get title matches for the Midnight Express, especially in this instance on the big one. Stan, believe me, I did everything I could because I want to say first and foremost, the Midnight Express is my #1 priority, always has been, and always will be. I manage the Midnight Express. I advise the Dynamic Dudes. What I'm saying to the Freebirds is, you better watch out, because the dudes are young, and they're quick, and they'll surprise you, and those Samoans are as good as ours, and then we're going to be back in title contention, the Midnight Express. All right, fans, there you hear it.
We just want to make sure who you're managing and who you're just advising.
Well, oof. I'd like to talk more about that, but we got to go to a commercial break, and we'll be back with Norman, the lunatic, in one moment.
Yeah.
Well, let's ignore this whole Norman thing that's going to be playing in the background. Doc, you said Stan's asking the hard-hitting questions, and I agree. That's a great question. Why are these clowns the Dynamic Dudes going against the Freebirds for the titles? That's a shot, and that's keeping it real.
Corny needs to get his shit straight. Stan Lane's trying to put him back in check.
I mean, he's shooting, bro. That's a great question.
Yes.
It is.
And then I want to know who you're managing and who you're advising. Another great question.
That's a good point too.
Stan's calling it like it is, and he needs to know where's the loyalty at right now.
You're advising these guys into a title shot, our title shot.
Why the hell? I mean, this is almost like the Tim Horner moment in Smokey. Maybe not that bad. You know, when Rick Rubin was like, why is Tim Horner on my TV singing country music? Well, I want to know, why in the hell are the dudes getting a title shot against the Freebirds?
I want to know what that stuffed animal is going to smell like once that kid gets it back.
All right. So let's keep going. Any other thoughts, though, Harper, on the Midnight promo?
No, but I mean, it's a good question.
Yeah.
Who's your priority?
Storytelling. I like it. Not like the Rumble, right, Harper?
Right. No. Oh, God.
Let's go now.
Ugh.
The next
paying for that. Jesus.
Norman the Lunatic with Teddy Long is going to defeat Greg Evans. I've got nothing from... This is dumb. Doc, your thoughts?
Well, the good news is during this match, Corny goes back to the stick and says, hey, the reason that there's this issue is that Stan and Johnny have an issue from way back down in Florida.
Yes.
I like that.
And I'm glad you said that, because not only does Corny say that here, but there's going to be promo. I don't know if it's next week. I remember it's coming up, though. There's going to be some promos where it's addressed, like Stan brings it up and Corny brings it up in the promos, and Johnny eventually, I think, confronts Stan about it. Look, this feud is dumb, but there's some gold moments from Stan, and I said that when they were entering this, so it's a good point. Anything else?
Nah, Norman should have been the reason that Eugene didn't happen.
Yeah. He would have done better just with a different gimmick. Just make him kind of like a one-man gang type of guy.
Anything but this. And the sad part is, this goes, like, the whole Norman the Lunatic gimmick goes on and on and on. It ain't like Bugsy McGraw coming in and then he's gone. This is going to be week after week after week for months to come.
Great.
Yes. All right, Doc, any other thoughts?
No.
Imagine what those grubs must have fucking smelled like.
You tell us.
Ugh.
Bro, a wrestling...
you ever leave like a styrofoam container of leftover Chinese food in your car for not overnight? I bet
Doc.
its scrubs smell like that
Doc,
and sweat.
Doc, my wrestling bag used to...
Yeah, dude. My fucking knee pads.
Yes, that's what I was gonna. It's the knee pads. Oh my god, those bucks, because they get sweaty and they sit in that bag, and then sometimes you come home and you forget to take them out the bag. I used to put mine on my apartment balcony and let the sun hit them to try to fumigate them. But man. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, my knee pads used to stink so fucking bad where I could throw them like in a corner of the room and still smell them.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't have Febreze back then either, from what I recall, so you couldn't use them.
You see that little kid on the screen right there flexing for the camera?
Oh, doing a Hogan deal?
Doing a Hogan pose. All right. On that note, let's go to Woman. See what she's got to say.
Welcome back to World Championship Wrestling. Before we see Rick Steiner in action, and before we talk to the Steiners, let's hear these comments from Woman.
Welcome into my parlor. Come a little closer. I have some things to tell you.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
In Philadelphia, in the city of brotherly love, on October 28th, 1989, the Steiners will meet with doom. They could have been the next world tag team, the greatest tag team of all times, but I decided no, not the Steiners, because I found a weakness within them, within their hearts. You know that weakness. It can crumble any man. The Steiners are not the tag team that I need to conquer the wrestling world. They just don't know. Steiners, you beware. Doom is just around the corner. And Rick, by the way, I'll be there on the 28th, ringside. I'd like to see you. I'd like to see you there, just one more time. If it would be okay. Do you think you would like to see me? Be careful, Steiners. You never know what will happen. On the 28th, October, 1989.
Ladies,
she's messing with Rick Steiner's emotions. You want to see me one more time? That's just, she's pure evil, and it was fantastic. Doc, your thoughts?
It's dirty. You think it'd be okay if I saw you one more time? Come on.
That was filthy in the best way possible. And good God, you hate what?
I hit that.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah.
Once again, I hope Chris Benoit's burning in hell for doing what he did, because that woman right there is unreal. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Doc, any other thoughts on Woman?
I just wish that rose was dipped in gold, that's all.
Okay. That's a good little quick promo though from her. It was
better than last week.
Yeah, I agree. This one was good. All right, so after Woman makes that announcement and starts playing Rick Steiner's emotions, she's referencing October 28th, 1989, because that's when Halloween Havoc's going to be. After Woman makes that announcement, we then go to the next match. We got Rick Steiner, who's going to be out there with Scott Steiner and Missy Hyatt. Rick Steiner is going to defeat Bill Ford. As Doc always says, interesting looking character, Bill Ford. Doc, any thoughts on this? It's very quick.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they are super duper quick.
Yeah, they're angry.
Look at that. I did want to point that out. Watch this clothesline that he gives forward.
Nice.
Yeah, he lays in that Steiner line well, man. God, he's good at that. All right, so no other thoughts, Doc?
It was tough.
Fast forward to the promo. All right, so after the match, Rick and Scott are out there. Gonna cut up a quick promo. Here it is.
I sincerely mean this. Nobody in the world feels more badly about what happened to you than I do and what happened to your brother. I'm very sorry.
You know, Robert Green, I never trusted you from the start. All those people in Columbia, South Carolina were right when they said that you tripped me. I don't know who these three guys were with. They had cracks in my cheek, but cracked my ribs. But I tell you one thing, revenge. We gotta wait a week, 2 weeks, or to the 28th. We will get our revenge, a sign of a true champion, a true warrior, a true fighter. It's to take how much punishment he can take and still come back swinging, still come back fighting. Well, you think that hurt? I used to beat him up like that when we were kids. That ain't nothing. They think they got us. They ain't got nothing. You guys think you should have killed us. You should have killed us because we're going to come out and kill somebody. I don't mean, look at that. That Robert Green was a no good. No, in life, everybody regrets the mistakes that they have made. And I guarantee you one thing, the mistakes that you guys made when you beat me up, the Steiner brothers are going to make sure that you regret it. You should have killed us. You should have killed us.
All right, October the 28th, it will be Doom and the Steiner brothers in Philadelphia. We're looking about 3 weeks away.
That's right. And you're going to look a lot worse than this. Even you, Robert Green.
Fans, we'll be right back at the station identification.
He got a bigger pop for almost saying bitch than he did if he'd have said it.
Yeah.
You heard the crowd. I mean, the crowd reacted to it.
Yeah.
Doc,
man, I love that line. I love that line. You should have killed us.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't have to worry about us.
Does the Missy ever say anything, or
she didn't need to?
No, I don't think she ever talks about it. Matter of fact, I think Missy's not gonna be with them much longer. That was good. I thought that was intense, and I mean, it makes you want to look forward to them versus Doom. Doc, what else you have from it?
Nothing, man. I am ready to see that.
And his eye hasn't healed.
No.
Yeah. I didn't say that. You made a good point. Like, his eye is still banged up, which I guess it should be. It's only a week later, but, it still looks the exact same, so it kind of gives it away. It's like no healing at all after a week, but whatever. Yeah.
Put some ice on it.
Put some tussin on it. Let's go now to Lex Luger. If you remember earlier in the episode, Pillman challenged him, and Luger reluctantly accepted, like the wheels were turning, like he really didn't mean it. Well, let's see what he's got to say now.
We're back here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Superstation. I, for one, am really looking forward to Lex Luger and Flying Brian right here in this ring in just a little while. Your comments leading into the match.
You know, I said earlier, I made a commitment to Brian Pillman to wrestle him here on national TV for the U.S. heavyweight title. I said I'd allow him to wrestle the total package. That is true. However, there's a U.S. champion. I have a lot of commitments to meet. Number one, Jim Ross, I have a very, very heavy social agenda to meet later on tonight. I do not want to tax myself.
He sounds like Harper.
Number two, there's a young man there named Richard Sartain, who I made a commitment to as well to wrestle here on national TV, another fine young wrestler. So there will be no match between myself and Brian Pillman. It'll be me and Richard Sartain. I will wrestle. I will not deny you the pleasure of seeing the Total Package Wrestling on TV. But there will be no match between me and Brian Pillman. And that's what you call, Jim Ross, champion's prerogative.
Well, somebody better get word to Flying Brian, because I know he's getting geared up. He's getting his boots laced up and his tights on. He expects to wrestle Lex Luger later in the hour. We'll keep an eye on that situation, but now let's go up to Rhubarb Jones.
I popped. He's got a very heavy social agenda tonight. And I'm like, that's nice. He sounds just like Harper. He says, but he won't deny the crowd. This is so good. But I won't deny you the pleasure of watching me wrestle tonight. But I'm going to wrestle Richard Sartan and not Pillman. God, that's so good. Doc, your thoughts?
Yeah, that was good. I'm going to wrestle, but not who you want me to, and I'm going to do it in the smarmy way. I like it.
Harper, you like the fact that he's got a heavy social agenda, just like you?
I mean, what you got to do?
What do you do when you're not working and recording?
I'm playing Xbox or banging bitches.
Come on.
Come on, man.
He's plowing.
Wouldn't that be bitches in the singular now?
Hey Harper,
yeah,
you ever
well,
you ever playing your Xbox and banging at the same time? You know, it seems like something you would do. No,
I never. Fuck, that's
too much.
Yeah. Where's the concentration?
Wait, dude, Fritz von Mulkey a while back, I saw him. He tweeted something about, I don't know if he was playing Xbox or PlayStation, and he was playing Call of Duty.
Is that guy still alive?
Yeah, and he said some dude, like, I guess he was playing online, and he said a dude starts fussing at him, like, online. So Fritz said, I just started shooting the bastard, and I kept shooting him over again, and he called me every name under the sun. He's like, these nerds take this too serious. I pop. That is tremendous.
Yeah, I can't do the online shit. Or if I do, there's no headphones plugged in, so I don't have to talk or listen to fucking anybody. Because I don't want some 12-year-old kid saying, "Suck my dick, bitch." Fuck off.
He said the dude was talking shit to him, so he just started shooting him over and over again. He's like, he called me every name in the book, and I just kept on unloading. That's tremendous. All right. Luger was tremendous right there as well. But speaking of something not being tremendous, though, we go to the next match. Ranger Ross versus the Cuban Assassin in a 8 to 9 minute thriller on Saturday night. They needed to fill up some TV time, so they threw this out there. Oh, my God.
I forgot about old Ranger Ross. I thought he went to Desert Storm or something.
No, he ain't gone yet. He's here for a little while. At the end of this thing, though, Ranger Ross is going to win, but at the end, the Cuban Assassin does something we all want to do. He beats the hell out of Ranger Ross with a flagpole. Doc, did you have any thoughts about this?
Hard pass.
That's nice.
That bad?
The man's a veteran.
He was also a criminal, too.
Well, wait, no, he's not.
He's a minister, a veteran, and a bank robber.
I like him already.
That's a hell of a combination, bro.
That's a full life.
Dude, you've literally, that's full circle, huh?
Yep.
Here I am sitting over here tired by 7:30.
Here he is beating him with the flagpole. All right. So we then go from that to, Doc, I'm going to ask you while I'm waiting for it to get queued up. I don't have nothing from this Michael Hayes promo. Did you? I don't care about the feud.
He was wearing something crazy. I don't remember, but he's wearing something. Yeah, good God. Look at that.
Yeah, I think the visual is better than the promo.
Man.
He brought up
a villain from fucking Miami Vice.
Yeah. He brought up Marvin Gaye and the Rolling Stones. But the problem with this is not him. The problem is nobody anywhere thinks that the dudes have a chance.
Nobody.
They're not a credible opponent.
Not at all. In the least bit. The dudes are a perfect example of, even if you'd have put them over strong in every single match that they ever had on Saturday night.
Yeah. It wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter.
That would have just made people madder.
Yep.
I could see maybe if the U.S. title was still around.
Maybe.
Right. Maybe
they should have just thrown the Western States belt out there and let Johnny and Shane fight over it.
Yeah. Versus Larry Zbyszko and Al Perez.
Harper, you haven't.
Al Perez is in the damn WWF right now.
Harper, you on the Clash of the Champions that we do, Harper, on the intro of them, they still show the Western States Heritage title at the very start of them.
Damn.
They just won't give up on shit in this promotion.
But yeah, I'm with you, Doc. Michael, hey, nobody cares. We don't care about the match between them and the dudes. And when they have that match in Philadelphia, oh dear God, it's hilarious here in the crowd.
That's a match you would just have on here.
Dude,
Maybe.
it's on a pay-per-view and that crowd turns on the dudes.
Good.
It's actually enjoyable. It's hilarious in a way. We keep moving. We go to a replay of Murdoch versus Spivey. Murdoch won by DQ, but was powerbombed after the match by the Skyscrapers. We then go to the next match. It is Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey with Teddy Long. They're going to defeat the Skyscrapers. They're going to defeat Tim Parker and Rick Ryder in like a minute time. Doc, any thoughts on the Skyscrapers?
If there was, there's going to be some people out there that get this. You won't, Mike. If there was anybody cool working in the NWA, and I saw somebody on Twitter somewhere saying that I was right about White Snake with Woman. I can't remember who you were, but you're a fine, upstanding gentleman. The Skyscrapers would have had this is where ECW, somebody would have given them Jane's Addiction Mountain Song for them to come out to. That would have been awesome in 1989.
You broke up for like 2 seconds when you said ECW. What did you say? Repeat it.
Well, ECW was able to come in and capitalize on being in touch with the music where promotions like this weren't. That's why I think Jane's Addiction would have been a great call for this group. Mountain Song, bruh. Book it.
Harper, do you get what he's talking about? I sure don't.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Google it.
I don't care enough to
God,
want to
look
Google
at this
it.
shit. It's like a Smurf.
Actually, the dude in the ring is taller than the dude on the ring apron. The dude with the red tights?
Yeah.
He's actually taller than the other guy that's on the ring apron. At least I think so. Look at the guy on the ring apron. Watch when he gets in, Harper.
He's about to go for a ride.
Dude, Sid picked him up like he weighed 3 pounds.
Tuck your head, motherfucker.
Tuck your head.
He threw him in the air and spun him like a top. Incredible. The Skyscrapers win. Spivey hits the power bomb right there, and it's over. Okay. Let's go to. I'm gonna play this because I think it's so bad. I want to play it.
Ugh.
It is the Dudes and Jim Cornette. It's short. Here it is.
Now look at this shit.
Gentlemen, the Z-Man coming up in just a few moments, but right now let's hear from the dynamic dudes, your advisees.
You know, these guys, you haven't had a chance to talk to them yet. I've been around them for a couple weeks now, and they're a ball to be around, brother. I just want you to get a chance to talk to them. Johnny?
Hey, Jimbo, I'd just like to say I've been back only 2 weeks from my cheek injury, and I'd like to thank all the fans out there for the support, the cards and letters, and the nice welcome you've given me since we've been back. But the dudes are most excited, man, because on October 28th, Halloween Havoc's coming, and we're getting our shot at the tag team champions for the world straps, and people, we won't let you down.
You know something, Jimbo and Jimbo number 2? I hope the Freebirds, first of all, I want to take this time to thank you for being our advisor. But please, Freebirds, on October 28th, please take us lightly, because if you do, you're going to make the mistake, and on the 29th, we may be wearing the belts.
And I just want to say, Johnny, I'm going to get the thing straightened out with Stan, because I know it wasn't your fault what happened, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's now go up to Rhubarb Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Cornette had to be trying to keep a straight face right there, saying they're a ball to be around. Johnny Ace does not look like Mr. Personality. I'm guessing Shane Douglas maybe was, but not Johnny Ace. Like Doc always says, Douglas's Dudes act shows nothing of who he really could be, considering when we see him as a franchise. Doc, thoughts?
Ugh.
Yeah. Johnny
Dude,
Ace was like
he's
a
the
white
new
trash Michelangelo.
He's the new Tim Horner.
Johnny Ace?
Yes.
Oh, no. I think he's worse because Tim Horner was at least himself.
I think.
But I'll never forgive Tim Horner for the minutes he took off my life with that damn song.
I will love it because it was so fun to watch.
Tim Horner was so bad, it was fun to watch.
Yo, yeah, it was, man.
Yep.
But the thing is,
you know what
that
they both
was
share?
him.
But you know what they both share? Both of them went backstage and hit the RVD pose.
Who you think hit the RVD pose more, Tim or Johnny Ace?
Tim Horner.
Oh, yeah, Tim Horner did. Yeah.
See, but you know the thing about Tim Horner? I mean,
I bet you he hit that Orndorff comment and went to the back and said, y'all follow that.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go to our YouTube channel and just search for Tim Horner, Mr. Warndorf promo. It's there. The audio from our discussion and then the promo is there.
If you get on top and you get tired, what was it?
I'll take over.
Yeah.
Dude, Harper's comments. Do you remember what you said right after it finished playing, Harper?
No.
My ears need a
rape kit.
That's so terrible. Okay. I'm with Harper. Horner was so bad, he was entertaining. Johnny Ace is just, why am I?
It's just a bad gimmick.
Yeah. And again, Tim could at least wrestle. I ain't saying Johnny Ace is a mud show wrestler, but dude, he ain't even entertaining in the ring.
Yeah.
Anyway, God bless you, Shane Douglas, for having to deal with the dynamic dudes gimmick.
And he's almost 30, acting like this. Now, 27 now, you could still be, a child, but not back then.
Yeah, back then you were 27. That really meant you were damn near 40.
I mean, you're married with fucking 2 kids.
Yeah. Well, let's keep moving. The Z-Man is going to defeat Bob Cook. Doc, any notes from this one?
Yeah. My note on this is Tom Zink is what happens when guys see Kerry Von Erich.
Oh, no.
I do that. I lift weights.
I think I know what you meant to say. You cut off again. You said Tom Zink is when guys see Kerry Von Erich and go, I think I can do that and lift weights. He does kind of look like Kerry. A little bit.
He has the hair and he's a similar physique.
Yeah, he's not as big as Kerry was at Kerry's peak, obviously, but yeah. Look, I'm not downing on Zink or Z-Man. They're building him up. I mean, he's not lost yet. The gimmick is definitely not terrible like we see with Johnny Ace or Norman. So at least they're treating him serious. Let me put it like that.
Yeah.
All right. So any other thoughts before we keep going, Doc?
No.
All right. So in the next segment or match, we're going to go to Luger, who is set to take on Richard Sartain. But Flying Brian comes out and grabs the mic and says, if you're half the man you say you are, you'll fight me now. So they actually end up getting into a match of sorts, I guess you can call it. But there's no ref out there. Pillman with no ref out there, he dominates Luger when they start going at it. Luger ends up just being like, okay, I'm just going to get the hell out of this ring. I want no part of this. And Luger says, screw this. And my thought was, Doc, I'll throw it to you, but I wanted to mention this. I thought this is how you make a guy, and I'm sorry, there is a ref out there, but it's not an actual match. I thought this is how you make a guy seem like a big deal without killing your champ on free TV. Because, like, Luger gets a couple of shots in, but then Pillman's going to turn it around. And I don't know. I kind of like how they did this because it wasn't an actual match. And Luger doesn't lose, but Pillman still ends up looking strong. Doc, your thoughts?
My first note here was Pillman has arrived because of the way they did this.
He's going to get his, like, Luger got his stuff in the beginning, and then Pillman comes up, and he starts firing up, and he's into it, and Lex is going to be like, I don't want no part of this. Lex gets out the hell out of Dodge. Pillman is left standing. It's not really a match. And Pillman gets over, and Luger doesn't lose any, Luger doesn't look weak. That was a hell of a missile drop.
That was a great drop kick.
Holy crap. Harper, do you agree kind of with how they did it?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid watching this, even though it's not an official match, this would have been enough to satisfy me.
Yeah. Exact same feeling. Doc, any other thoughts?
Well done, man. This was good.
Yeah, it was. Again, you got Pillman. He's been here for a few months. Luger's your champion. Nowadays, they freaking have Pillman, pin Luger clean on TV, free TV. And you're like, oh, well, it doesn't really mean anything when he eventually does pin Luger. But no, he sends Luger reeling. Luger actually even gets back into the ring, and Pillman's going to send him running again, with his tail between his legs. This is your champ, your U.S. champ. And Pillman doesn't pin him, but he looks strong. So really, really good stuff. Okay, Jim Ross and Cornette throw it to a replay of the feud with Funk and Flair. They go through Funk being suspended and solely saying that the fine has been paid. We don't really cover replays too much, so let me keep going. There is a promo from Funk up next that has to be played. Coming up in a second. Here it is. Give me a second. This is Gordon talking about the fine.
Ric Flair is a 35-year-old adolescent that loves to spend his money foolishly because he paid $100,000 to lift the suspension from my head. And I said, let me at him, Gary Hart. And Gary Hart said, stay back a little while, Funk, and we'll get a little bit more. So Ric Flair agreed to wrestle me in an I Quit match in the Omni. I said, let me have him. And my manager, cohort, Gary Hart says, no, Terry Funk, wait a little bit longer. We'll get something else from Ric Flair. So Ric Flair put his World Championship belt up in an I Quit match in the Omni tomorrow night. And what is an I Quit match? It goes until one man admits on the microphone before every fan in the Omni that the other one is better and superior. Now look back here. There is a man that is sick, that is hurt physically, that almost lost his arm. And look here. Here is a man that is sick mentally and obsessed with one thing, and that one thing is becoming the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and I will.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I thought it was funny. Funk said Flair is a 35-year-old adolescent that spends his money foolishly. Not one lie detected right there at all.
Come on.
That's what I popped on more than anything. Your thoughts?
Hard to argue, I guess. That backing screen looked terrible. It looked like something that you would have got out of Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, that looked very bad. That reminded me of like one of those videos you would watch in school. I don't
you got to watch Terry Funk videos in school, man. I'm
like
jealous.
those like science videos and shit that would make you watch. They looked really cheesy.
They're going overboard with the green screen.
Mm-hmm. Somebody got a new toy. Somebody got
that's
a
their
new
new toy.
Yeah.
They got a new fucking toy, bro. I don't understand how come there's no logo behind them. Why is it just blue?
When it's Gordon, yeah, it makes no sense. Because at least when WWF did it back then, you knew they had a logo, and or it was a logo of the wrestler.
Use cheesy gimmicks, at least get some mileage out of it.
Fuck.
Yeah, instead of the blue background for Funk, they have a picture of him in the hospital.
Yeah, this is fucking bad.
But it was a good promo.
Yeah, I mean, why is there just a picture of him in a hospital with his arm raised up, like he's got the answer?
Oh, you're a patron and you get the video versions of these. You can see exactly what Harper's talking about. tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. Remember, this show doesn't have ads. We look for the support of the Patreon members to pay for the bills that this show has. So,
Harper,
man.
I told Mike earlier that our new tagline ought to be independent as fuck.
That's right.
But you make a good point. I don't know why Harper, I don't know why they have that as the background. Why is there not a logo?
Been 35, right?
Flair right here?
Yeah.
How old's Flair right here, Doc?
41, 42, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 40.
Yeah, we talked about it. How at one point, I don't remember who it was, but they were cutting promos on each other, and Flair had said something about how his age, and you were like, dude, he's only a couple years younger than Funk.
Flair's 40.
Okay, so Flair's 40 right there. All right. Yeah, I just thought it was funny when he called him a 35-year-old adult. It's a good promo, but I agree, Harper. The background is like, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah.
Okay, so on that note, let's go to Ric Flair. He is going to cut a promo after Funk, and we're back at center stage. Here is Flair and JR.
Ladies and gentlemen, the suspension, as we know, has been lifted on Terry Funk. And in the Omni in Atlanta for the World's Heavyweight Championship on Sunday night, October the 8th, the stipulation, very simply, the first man to say, I quit, will lose that match. You have never been in a match, I don't think, any more brutal than coming in the Omni.
Well, that's the truth, but let me just say one thing. If I can give Terry Funk half the weapon that Brian Pillman just gave Lex Luger, then Atlanta, Georgia will be on fire for 30 days. Now, Terry Funk, the suspension is lifted courtesy of the World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. And tomorrow night, you laid it out. You said I would never accept the challenge. First time in the history of this sport, I quit. The word does not exist in my vocabulary. Tomorrow night, you want to bleed, sweat, and pay the price? Then, pal, the Omni will get it firsthand. But like I said, I've never seen this sport at the height that it is right now. Pillman, Sting, Flair, the Road Warriors, the Steiners. Look at it. This is what's happening. And if you happen to be on the other side of that fence that I've been on so many times, believe me, it's a real bummer when you got guys coming at you as hard as we're coming at Muda Funk. Think about it. Dick Slater, think about it. The Skyscrapers, tomorrow night, Atlanta, Georgia, we are bringing you, courtesy of the National Wrestling Alliance, the very best. And like I said, Terry Funk, I've been doing this a long time, buddy. The word quit doesn't exist in this body. Tomorrow night, pal, two of us enter that ring, one of us leaves. And I'm betting, on Ric Flair in the Omni. Thanks, Lord Jim.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be live tomorrow night in the Omni, the World Championship on the line with I Quit stipulations. We'll talk more about it and talk to the Road Warriors in one moment.
I tried to look up the results for that show that would have been the next night, October 8th of 89. I couldn't find attendance figures from the Omni, but I just, Flair's trying to talk him into the building to come see that match, and you can't blame him there. I mean, it was actually a pretty good card from the results that I looked up, but yeah, I don't know what the result, like what the attendance ended up being. So there's that. Doc, what'd you think about the promo?
It was good. I did notice that Rick's left cuff link was not hooked. Also made me wonder where's Sting and Muta been lately.
They weren't on last week? I don't remember.
No.
I don't know.
Here's the other thing. Rick said quit doesn't come out of his body, but he quit to Steamboat just 6 months ago.
Oh, come on.
You're not supposed to remember things like that, Doc.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's 6 months ago.
Yeah, it sounds like...
Why am I bringing up old shit?
Yeah, it's old shit. Come on, man.
Look at these two.
Yeah, what the
and
hell?
Ivory.
Yeah. It looks like went on Geraldo and those stupid talk shows back in the day. They had like the Ku Klux Klan with the Black Panthers.
How come back then Al Sharpton was crazy and now he's like lost 200 pounds and is on the news?
Let's listen to what they're talking about. We got Teddy Long and Paul Ellering. Here it is.
Gentlemen, earlier today, the contracts were fully executed for October 28th Halloween Havoc. The Road Warriors to meet the Skyscrapers. Your undefeated team to meet the Road Warriors officially in Philadelphia, Saturday night, October 28th.
I've got one thing to say about meeting the Road Runners. Let's get the name straight, okay? Now, let me say something. I don't take any credit from the Road Warriors. All you people know that they're the meanest, toughest wrestlers in professional wrestling today. But I also have two of the meanest, toughest wrestlers in professional wrestling today, the Skyscrapers. Sid Vicious, who stands 6'9", 320 pounds. Dangerous Dan Spivey, 6'9", 318 pounds. So we're not worried about the Road Warriors. So I've got one thing to say right now. Road Warriors, you may fall from a mountain, you may fall from above, but the biggest fall is when you fall in the city of brotherly love, October 28th, Philadelphia, PA. Now, you get that contract out here, and I'll sign the dotted line right now, brother, because I don't want you taking up any more of my valuable time, baby.
Well, I know that the contracts, though I was understood they're already signed. Apparently, he didn't even read them.
That's right.
What are your thoughts about this, Paul?
Jim, we've gotten where we are because we realize that hungry dogs are dangerous dogs. This man is a hungry man. His men are hungry men. That makes them dangerous. But I also realize another thing. I've been a gambler all my life, Teddy Long, and I know one thing, and that is that desperate money never wins. My money's on the Legion of Doom, and the winner will take all.
One other thing I've got to say to you, Mr. Ellering, is that the Skyscrapers will come out on top, and everybody in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, we gonna lay, play, and parlay, baby. That's it.
We'll find out on the 28th. Let's go up to the ring.
Parlay, baby. Dude, I'm guessing Teddy didn't get the memo before they went out to cut the promo. I don't blame him. I just think it was miscommunication. Evidently, I guess he was supposed to say something about the contract being signed, and Ellering and JR are making fun of it. Like, yeah, he don't know. It's already been signed. That's why I popped. Doc, what'd you think?
I actually thought Ellering was good. Never bet on desperate money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
Long was good, too, man.
Yeah, that was decent, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Teddy Long looked like he was on his way to a Nation of Islam meeting.
Like he was in Coming to America.
But he was late because he stopped off for a 3-piece fish dinner at Long John Silver.
That's not funny. That ain't funny. Why you gotta make racist jokes? Funny. Okay.
Who doesn't like Long John Silver's, man? If that shit would plug up my arteries, I'd eat it right now.
Who don't like it? Me and Harper.
Yeah.
You two drinking your IPAs and craft beers and shit. I'm the real man of the people here.
Y'all got that around y'all?
What?
Long John Silver's?
I don't eat there.
Captain D's, too.
I remember my wife one time was talking about going there. I was like, you can kiss my tail. I ain't eating that crap.
Yeah, for real, bro. There's like 2 around here, and I don't know how the fuck they stay open.
Yeah.
By selling delicious, terrible for you food.
Yeah.
No thanks. Hard pass. Okay. So after Teddy and Paul's promo, Animal has a singles match. He defeats Trent Knight rather quickly. Doc, anything from it?
Not one single thing.
All right. I thought
Where's the Hawk at?
He must be on a trip somewhere. Who knows? Well, no, he can't be because I don't know where Hawk's at right now on Saturday night because
Hold up in a South Atlanta crack house doing all the drugs.
Come on.
No. What's wrong with you? They wrestled the next night on October the 8th in the Omni, him and Animal, so I don't know. Okay. Let's go to this is the last promo of the show, Ellering and Animal after Animal's match.
Paul, I just want to make sure that those contracts are really signed for Halloween Havoc, are they not?
You know, Jim Ross, it's easy to understand where Teddy Long is coming from when he has to look at this man and he has to look at Hawk, who right now is training like the madman he is. When you have to look at these two men and they're in the ring, I know why you can forget things, Teddy Long. And as you heard by his conversation, Teddy Long is a man who is long on talk and short on the truth. It is true that your men are 6'9" and weigh 300 pounds. It is true that they are hungry lions, desperate to make a name for themselves. But look what they're going against. They're going against the number one team in professional wrestling today. Mark Twain said it best. Everybody talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it. Well, I've heard talk for a long time now about beating the Legion of Doom, and they're still here, right, Animal?
You know, Jim Ross, a lot's going on in the NWA. It's good to see Brian Pillman show some guts and kick Lex Luger's butt all over the ring. And the Steiners, I don't know what happened to the Steiners, but they want revenge. And now, most of all, skyscrapers, you think you're going to make yourself a name on the hands of the Legion of Doom? You are welcome in our four corners of doom.
Fans will see you tomorrow night on the NWA main event.
I thought Ellering was good there again. He's said he's heard talk for a long time about people beating Road Warriors, and well, it never happens. Doc, your thoughts?
You see what happens when you keep fast forwarding through his promos?
He probably had some of the greatest promos of all time, and Mike fast forwarded us through them.
What a dick!
Right?
What a dick.
Yeah, that's it.
Dick.
Yeah. Okay. Doc, what other thoughts you got about that? Okay, he mustn't hear me. Doc,
I can't. You keep cutting out on me, so I don't know what's going on. Really,
your Spectrum internet is giving you trouble again.
It's just terrible.
I hear you. Harper,
let's rate this puppy.
Let me make sure Harper's got no other thoughts.
No, I mean, he did great again. I'm just wondering where the fuck's Hawk at.
Send that to at CJHWhodat or DM or message Harper on Facebook to give him that response.
Go to Mike Mills.
He's the one asking the question, so you send it to Harper.
Go to CJWhodat at circle.com.
All right. We do need to rate this thing and hand out the Rolex. Before we do so, I want to remind everyone, please use our Amazon Associates link. It is tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. A great way to support this show without spending anything extra. If you're already shopping on Amazon, the show gets a little bit of kickback in return for all of the items that you purchase through Amazon. Again, tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. Use it. Give it to the wives, girlfriends, side pieces, whatever you have in your life that you are attached to, and ask them to please use that link. Again, tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. All right, Doc. Why don't you rate it first?
How long was this episode?
1 hour, 22 minutes.
14 seconds.
F.
I watched it.
No, give me an A-. I thought this was good. It had some good stuff.
Give me an A. What are you giving it, Harper?
Oh, yeah. It gets an A.
Even with the stupid blue screen, right?
Yeah. Which there's no logo. I just don't
I mean, look at that. You got Gary Hart at the very beginning. You weren't with us yet, Harper. Cutting a good promo, and he's in front of a bluish purple screen. No logo, nothing.
World class. 6 years before this would have got a logo up there.
Yeah. Anyone would have had a logo.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't
Harper.
understand why no one said, "Hey, how come there's no logo behind us? It's just a blue screen."
Because they were all at the Holiday Inn bar trying to pick up Stan and Pillman's.
He just broke up again. Oh man. Oh, what a night this has been. Okay. So, reminder, Harper gave it, you said an A, Harper?
Yeah.
All right. I gave it an A-. I'm sorry, I gave it an A. Doc gave it an A-. So I'm going to give out the Rolex, and if you're watching the video version, I went straight to the person that's getting the Rolex from me. And I debated because I wanted to give it to Pillman as well because of what he and Lex did. But woman is getting my Rolex because when you play with a man's emotions like that, that is as real as it gets. It doesn't get any more real than that.
He got so real for her in a few years she gets killed.
Come on.
What's wrong with you? That ain't funny. Do you have to be an asshole?
What?
God. Who are you giving your Rolex to, Doc?
Or I'm giving it to Stan Lane for asking the questions we all want answered.
That's a good point too. Stan deserved it. Again, yeah. Stan deserved it. Woman deserved it. I thought Pillman deserved it. But who is Harper giving it to? Harper, who are you giving it to?
I'm giving it to Brian Pillman.
There you go.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
So we gave 3 different people a Rolex. Each one of us chose someone else. And that goes to show you why this show was at least an A- or above. And again, Harper and I went with an A. Doc went with an A-. So good stuff.
Hey,
very, very.
I'm gonna drop off. I'm gonna drop off. Y'all bring it home.
That sounds good, Doc. Talk to you tomorrow. All right. So Harper, do we have anything to plug? I mean, I know I saw Luke plug the show that the Wildcat guys have been recording, but I don't know if you want to plug that.
Go ahead. What the fuck's it called again? Heels.
Is it called Heels?
Yeah.
What do you know about it? All I know is it's a wrestling
family and
yeah.
I mean, he told me stuff about it, and it's
like a sitcom, right?
Right. It's on Star. It's going to be on Stars.
Going to be on Stars. Called Heels. I think I saw CM Punk is going to be in it. But,
Punk's
Luke
in it,
and a bunch of the Wildcat guys are also in it as well. So I don't know when it's going to start. I just saw the announcement. It's going to be on the Stars network, though. So
they signed for 2 seasons.
Oh, they did. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I
was like, how was it working with Punk? He said his head had been in a ring for 7 years, but he was still crisp.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean,
yeah.
I'd assume he's still in good shape, but
yeah,
I haven't seen him outside of when he did that WWE talk show type deal on Fox a while back. But anyway, so yeah, did he say when it's premiering?
I don't know.
Yeah, me either. But anyway, wanted to mention that. And I posted something on the Facebook group, I don't know, a couple weeks back. I made mention of Luke gave a Wildcat update. Hey, we don't know what's happening. We still gotta wait and see.
What's the update?
It would be, well, he was talking about, what's been going on with Wildcat, and there basically was nothing to update. But what I wanted to point out was, if and when X-Rated is announced in 2021.
Jesus Christ. Move on, you assholes.
Harper's saying that, but he's going to be the main one there. We look forward to it if and when. We'll see. You never know, man. You never know.
See. We're probably, 3 summers from now?
Man, I'm starting to get the feeling that, okay, 2022, let's.
Well, I saw some experts said that it's going to be 2024 until everything's back to normal.
Yeah, but back to normal is also a far cry from it'll go in stages. I mean, you gotta think a bunch of people will kind of be reluctant at first to go out and live life like normal. So, but what I'm saying is, at what point it'll be allowed to, Wildcat can't even have an event right now, which I understand because of the cases down there. So, if the commission won't even allow an event, you couldn't even have one if you wanted one. That's my point. So anyway,
right.
Long story short, we'll keep you updated. Hopefully, when it happens, we'll all get together and have some fun. Other than that, R.I.P. Screech. Dustin Diamond, that's too young to go, man. And you know what? Cancer can kiss all of our asses. I don't have anything else. Harper, do you got anything?
Nah.
All right, well, hit the tagline. We'll get out of here.
Book it.